I gotta tell you, not only am I really excited as a baseball fan, or as a Yankees fan, because on paper they have one of the best teams I've ever seen going into this season.
Yo, you guys are not gonna believe this. So Jeff Passan just dropped a bomb. Baseball's coming back. And I said, yo, Jeff, if you can tweet that it's coming back in the next 5 minutes, I'll give away a PS5. The dude tweeted me back. It's been 5 minutes. He said that baseball's coming back. So if you've not followed me, please go do that right now and enjoy the rest of the video, because I have to go find either a charity or someone to give a PS5 to. My gosh, thank you, Jeff. You hear that, Grady? You hear that, buddy? Baseball is coming back, and I'm only posting this if the news is official. You guys saw my video a couple weeks ago where I said that breaking news, baseball is coming back. Now, of course, I was still kind of right because baseball is in fact coming right, but the timing was completely off. But the fact that Max Kellerman and ESPN are talking about the return of baseball, you know that there is some validity to that because they never talk baseball. I'm really happy that they are. This is going to get America just so excited and energized again, because it might not be the most popular sport in the world anymore, but it's still America's pastime. So what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about exactly how the 2020 Major League Baseball season is going to go down, because they're not going off a recent proposal that was rejected. They're going off the proposal that was agreed upon back in March on the 26th, though. We could have been playing baseball all this time, but instead the owners, they wanted to do their own thing, and unfortunately, we lost a significant amount of time, but that's besides the point. We also have Trevor Bauer beefing with Aubrey Huff. If you guys have never heard of Aubrey Huff, he's a former pretty good hitter, I would say, for the Giants and some other teams. They beefed on Twitter, and then also A-Rod, yeah, Alex Rodriguez and his wife J-Lo are trying to buy a New York baseball team, not the Yankees, but they're trying to put in a bid for the Mets. We have a lot to talk about today. If you're brand new to the channel, we talk about baseball pretty much every single day, so this is the perfect place to be if you're trying to stay up to date on baseball news, especially for the 2020 season. So
I'm having trouble hearing you.
oh, Siri, don't do that, Siri. You just scared the you-know-what out of me. Oh, I was like, there's a ghost in my room. So anyways, guys, make sure you stick around till the end of the video so we talk about some drama, because I know you guys love the drama, but we're going to get to the nitty-gritty right now. We're going to talk about how the 2020 season should look, the skeleton of it. Now, again, I did record this a few hours before the official news came out, but I'm pretty certain that the players are going to say, you know what, we tweeted when and where. We're kind of looking a little bit bad right now if we don't agree to play baseball. So I think if all things go according to plan, the only thing that could really, destroy this deal is the fact that the corona is still going around, so we have no idea if that can affect the player's opinion or not. But if we're talking about percents, we're pretty much 99.9% certain that we're going to play baseball.
This is finally a step in the right direction, and of the players with whom I spoke last night, and there were a lot of them, not a single one said, we're going to pass up this opportunity. We're not going to figure out how to get the health and safety protocols taken care of.
If you don't remember what happened on March 26th, the agreement was they were going to have a full prorated salary. Now, there was a certain amount of games that were going to be played under that agreement, but unfortunately, because so much time has been wasted, we're not going to play 112 or 120 games, which in my opinion, that would have been perfect. I think that in a game of baseball, considering the 2019 Washington Nationals were under 500, 60 games in, you can't really tell who the best teams are with that little of games. So I'm curious to see how the playoffs are going to shape up. And speaking of the playoffs, there's not going to be an extended bracket, so it's going to be 10 teams for the most part, and also there's going to be a universal DH. Now, we don't know if it's going to be in 2021 as well, but for right now, 2020, there is going to be a universal DH, and all of this is supposed to start on July 24th. That is going to be day one, opening day. I don't know if there's going to be an all-star break. I don't know what's going to happen. We're going to have some more updates throughout the off-season, so it's just that's what we get. Baseball is going to be 60 games. The season will end around the same time that it usually does, the end of September, probably September 27th. They get 6 days off, I believe, so you get 60 games in 66 days. So that's going to be a lot of baseball. When I played in high school, I'd play one game in 100-degree weather. I'd have to go home and I'd be shot for the next day. So I'm going to tip my cap to all of these guys. Now, I said that they're going to be prorated. Yes, that is true, but for some guys, there was also advanced pay where they've been getting paid this entire offseason. So some of these guys have already gotten their contracts, meaning that some of the players that you are going to see on your TV in the next season are kind of playing for free because they've already been paid. So economically, they got their money, but in terms of that game that you're watching, they're not being paid for it because they were already given their income. So it's going to be a weird time. I am just happy that we finally get baseball. So I want you guys to let me know in the comment section down below, what do you make of this entire mess? I think that fans are the winners right now. It's not the players, it's not the owners. I think that the fact that we get baseball back, finally, we can look forward to something because, let's face it, aside from these videos that me and Giraffe Nick Mark and John Boy put out, there's not really much baseball content going around, so we're trying our best to carry the game of baseball on our backs. I'm telling you, Robert Manfred, you owe me a steak dinner for all of the stuff that we've been put through, but that's all besides the point. Let me know what you guys think, and also, do you think that this whole quarantine era was worse than the strike back in the 1980s or 70s, or maybe even steroid era? All three were a huge black eye to baseball, but this one, it was just very vindictive and there were so many emotions behind it, and who knows, we could be going to another situation like this in 2021 when we have to negotiate a brand new collective bargaining agreement. You guys have heard of the CBA. That's not going to be fun either, but you know, let me know your thoughts. Also guys, one thing I did forget to mention was the fact that the players, by rejecting that latest proposal, they keep their grievance. So if they go to court with the owners, they might be able to recoup some of the money that the owners held back. So keep that in mind. I don't think it's going to happen, but it definitely could. And also, one more thing that I just thought of off the top of my head is the fact that, is baseball going to be, is it going to be more popular because it's one of the first sports coming back? I'd have to almost think that everyone is still, for the most part, everyone's at home. I know a lot of people, including Aubrey Huff, who we will talk about in today's video, they're not wearing masks. It's kind of going back to normal in terms of just going to the store and going shopping and stuff like that. I would still recommend wearing a mask, not even if you're protecting yourself, you're protecting others as well. So I'll throw that out there. I'm not going to get too political. But for the most part, everyone's going to be home watching baseball. In 60 games, I think the urgency is going to be there. Like, I can't miss an Indians game because 60 games, that's a really short amount of time. So I have to dedicate myself to being a fan, making sure that they know we have their backs, even though they don't know who I am. Indians, can you please hit me up? I'm the biggest Indians fan there is. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and talk about Trevor Bauer and Aubrey Huff. So it was very high schoolish, I would say. It was supposed to be something that was an argument or a conversation, and it turned into a full-fledged, no, this. I thought I was watching Mean Girls. My computer's been giving me some, I'm telling you, between Siri and my door just closing, there's a ghost in my house. But pretty much Aubrey Huff and Trevor Bauer, they were going at it. I would say the most tame conversation that I can show you is the fact that Trevor Bauer said that he was better than Huff, considering the WAR stat, you know, the wins above replacement. And Huff says, I'll take 2 rings over your 0.1% WAR advantage at Trevor Bauer. The fact that you value an individual nerd stat over team wins is textbook participation trophy generation. So what he's saying is that Trevor Bauer is part of the participation trophy era, and then Trevor Bauer comes back and says, those are cute participation trophies, you have their obs, thanks for sharing, proud of you, little guy. So he's making fun of the fact that Aubrey Huff hit 111 in the postseason and pretty much was carried by his team to 2 rings. So I would say that's a pretty good burn. He almost has 11,000 likes at the time of this recording. So if you guys care about beef, if you care about drama, I can honestly say these 2 guys are probably the most outspoken baseball players at the moment. One is active, one is a former baseball player. So it's like 2 generations colliding. You have the one guy that says, I'm just going to see the ball hit the ball. And then you have Trevor Bauer, the other side of the coin, who really wants to get into the analytics, as Aubrey Huff calls him a nerd. So if you guys have any comments on that, please let me know. I know this video is kind of all over the place, but hey, baseball's coming back. We have some beef. I'm having fun. And then guys, last but not least, before we show the clips from this day in Major League Baseball history, I always like to teach you guys something, so stick around for that. A-Rod, one of the most prolific baseball players in the game's history, easily one of the most known and the richest. He became infamous in New York, so he's going back home. But he's not playing for the Yankees. He's not trying to own the Yankees. He's trying to own the New York Mets. They're both equally as prevalent franchises. I mean, the Mets not so much as the Yankees. They're very much the little brother to that other team. But I would say the Mets are still a top 6 fan base, top 6 ball club in the entire game in terms of revenue and just the product that they have on their field. They went to a World Series a couple years ago, so it's not like they're completely terrible. Although the last couple years have not been that great, because I would say their coaches and their managers have not been that great, and their general management is a little iffy as well. But that pretty much does it for today's video. I am so excited for baseball to return. The only thing that can stop us now is what's going around in the world. So if you want to help the cause, wear a mask, even if it's not for yourself. Wear it for the game of baseball, wear it for other people. That does it. So we're going to go ahead and get into this day in Major League Baseball history. Hopefully some cool things happen. We're going to go down memory lane, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace out.
Bonds going, and he steals it without a throw, and that's number 500. Bonds uproots the base. They'll bring out a new one. The first man in the history of the game to have that rather unique double of 500 steals and 500 plus home runs.
Down in San Diego, and sends a drive to deep right center field. That baby is going to be fly away. Get out the rye bread and mustard grandma. The Mariners' first grand slam of the year comes from Felix Hernandez.
In the air to left field, towering shot, forget about it, he did it! Jim Thome, opposite field, pinch hit home run, and the Phillies have won it! And one of the greatest home run hitters of all time. And he just added to his resume by going opposite field.
It was gonna be no way for me to take my performance at the highest level without the love and the support that you guys show me every day. I love you, boss. Thank you.
If you guys made it to the end of the video, do not forget to leave a like, and also if you're bored, there are 2 more videos on the screen right now. What are you doing? Click on them. I promise you, they're fun. Do it. Otherwise, you're gonna not pull a diamond for the rest of your life.